Nothing beats a good ghost story. Welcome to 1 minute of show with most haunted places in the world. Visit them if you dare. Before we start, don't forget to subscribe for more. Château de Brissac-Quincé, France. One of the tallest castles in all of France. The 7-story Château de Brissac is perhaps best known as the home of the Green Lady, aka the Ghost of Charlotte of France. The Château's website tells the legend of Charlotte, the illegitimate daughter of King Charles VII, who was murdered by her husband after he discovered her having an affair. Named for the color of her dress when she was killed. The Green Lady can be found roaming the chapels, tower room and moaning in the early hours of morning. In the golden drawing room are gathered family memories, portraits, pictures, flowers and candles. Because Brissac is a family castle in which each generation has endeavored to transmit the love. Here rival beauty, gold-leafed ceilings, precious furniture and especially a lovely Belle Epoque theater, dedicated to the opera. Myrtles Plantation, Louisiana. Rumored to be built on the site of an ancient Indian burial ground, the Myrtles Plantation has been dubbed one of America's most haunted homes. Legend has it that 10 murders have occurred in the house. The ghost of a former slave in a green turban has been sighted, as well as a haunted mirror, which supposedly holds the ghosts of Sarah Woodruff and her children who previously lived in the house. Equally as spooky is the apparition of William Winter, who was reportedly shot on a front porch. His ghost, writhing in agony from a gunshot wound, has been sighted crawling up the stairs and disappearing into thin air at the 17th step. Spooky enough? Bhangarh Fort, Rajasthan, India. Also known as Bhoot Bangla, the Fort of Ghosts. Bhangarh Fort was a small city made up of temples, gates and palaces at the foot of a mountain before being abandoned around 1783. There are 2 stories that explain the fate of Bhangarh: a curse from a holy man who forbade the height of the buildings to be taller than his own. When one building cast a shadow over his own house, he is said to have cursed the entire town. Another story is of a wizard who was in love with the princess of Bhangarh, when the princess foiled his spell to make her fall in love with him, the bitter wizard put a curse on the city. Today, it is said that anyone who enters the city at night will never come out again. And paranormal activity is thought to be concentrated around the Dancers' Haveli and Johari Bazaar. Poveglia, Italy. In Poveglia in 1348 the bubonic plague arrived. This island became an exile for those who had the symptoms. And they were more or less sent to die there. There was also an asylum on the island for the mentally ill where doctors performed strange experiments. Allegedly 50% of the soil is human ash. Due to the amount of people who were burned there, and the chimes of the bell can still be heard when visiting the island according to the locals. Poveglia wasn't always an evil place where unspeakable horrors happened. The island is mentioned in documents dating back to 421, and was a flourishing economic center with a growing population up until 1378. Few people have set foot on Poveglia since 1968 as it was completely off-limits for visitors. Paranormal shows like Ghost Adventures and Scariest Places on Earth both got permission to visit the island and filmed there. Waverley Hills Sanatorium, Kentucky. After America was plagued by the White Death, a hospital was built. Bodies left the hospital. Through a chute to the bottom of the hill, and there are reports of a mysterious figure seen roaming the halls. An elderly woman bleeding from her hands and feet, and a little child peeking round corners. In fact, the original facility consisted of 2 open-air pavilions which housed 40 victims of the disease. As the outbreak spread, the facility needed to be expanded and, in 1912, the massive building seen today opened its doors to accommodate another 450 beds. Patients in every condition were accepted, including those in early stages to those in the final stages. The empty building was purchased by a number of buyers in the following years, but nothing ever saw fruition. Waverley Hills staging horror houses in the fall and running ghost tours the rest of the year.